so we are in the EZA Majoob world, where our boy Majoob is actually a good unit in Dokkan. It is crazy. Majoob is going to be looking pretty good, I think. I do have him fully equipped up, because guess what? I mean, he's a Shadow Dragon Saga character. As far as gold and silver equips go for Shadow Dragon Saga characters, like, I could set him up. I decided to go full defense with Majoob, because I feel like he's going to have a lot of value as sort of like a reasonable defensive, like, Rainbow Orb changer, right? Majoob's not going to link great. His damage is not going to be the most impressive ever. But as a Rainbow Orb changer with very solid defense and attack debuffing, I think this Majoob's actually got a real solid fit on a lot of teams. He's going to help on a lot of teams, man. Majoob is a good EZA, so I'm excited. Let's go ahead and take him in to a bunch of teams. Remember, the thing about Majoob is that he's a Rainbow Orb changer added to bad teams. Connected Hope, Savior, Majin Power, like Earthling, Bond of Master and Disciple, Shadow Dragon Saga. When it's some like aren't necessarily bad. I mean, like, well, I mean, I don't know. Some of the teams aren't really bad as much as they are just very, very small. So, like, this type of unit on these teams is definitely a really good thing. Alright, so we'll start out on the Shadow Dragon Saga team. This is a team that needs a lot of help, a lot of work. I mean, there's a lot of characters in the Saga, so it easily could become, like, a legitimate team. So, okay. This is a very good rotation for Majoob. In terms of his links, right, he's going to link up fine with Tech Nova. Remember that Tech Nova is a Shadow Dragon Saga support type unit. Remember, Physical Nova Shenron is also giving, defense to Superclass. So, Majoob is got, basically, when it comes to his links, we have the three that you would, hope to have active on a lot of these, like, turns and teams. Cold Judgment, GT, and Shattering Limit. Again, that is Majoob's main weakness, is his link set. Solid Support, Master of Magic, Majin, Cold Judgment, GT, Fuse Fighter, and Shattering Limit. This second one right here is, like, so stupid. Master of Magic gives 15% attack, and all enemies lose 10% defense. Look how bad the roster for this is. You don't really have an opportunity with Majoob to even activate this link. And then if you do, it's just 15% attack, basically. This should be 25% attack and defense and 2 key or something like that is really what that should be. Alright, now remember, Majoob, dude, is at 225k defense right here. He gets 30% defense on super attack, right? So, I mean, he's going to be at almost 300k defense turn 1. Rainbow Orb changing, super effective against all types, and lowering enemy attack. So you guys get it, right? Like, the reason why it's like, oh god, he's really good. Initially when we saw his info, it looked as though, okay, let me see what his attack set is. All right, so we get 1.82 is not really good. He is super effective against all types though. So yeah, like, his damage is that's not an impressive attack stat, but he's so tanky. With the Rainbow Orb changing, I am totally okay with his mid-level of damage. I have no issue with how low his damage is. Now, so Majoob, right? Passive. He gets 120% attack and defense at the start of turn. He gets another 80% attack and defense. The more HP you have, the bigger the stats buff. So he is going to be looking better the higher your health is, right? So, like, in, like, one of these level 10 link showcases where I go through, like, a lot of Dokkan events typically and stuff like that, like, we are going to see Majoob look good because we're not likely to take a lot of damage, right? And then he also is super effective against all types and HP's 80% or more. And then he also randomly changes key spheres of a certain type to Rainbow. Now, when we initially saw his info, it looked as though the HP restriction was both super effective against all types and his Rainbow Orb changing, but it's not. Majoob always Rainbow Orb changes no matter what every turn. So that's just a really ultra powerful effect. Again, we're going to see a pretty good rotation from him. Now we're getting support from Pan, so his attack stat should be a bit higher on this turn. A lot of these Shadow Dragon Saga characters have definitely aged. Like, Nova can be okay, this Tech Nova, since he's a Shadow Dragon support type unit, but it's still not like he's the most powerful unit of all time or anything like that. Shadow Dragon Saga also, only at 150% attack and defense. It's not that impressive. I assume we're going to get a Super Saiyan 4 Goku and Vegeta that fuse in a Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. That will be the leader of the Shadow Dragon Saga team at some point. Hopefully 170% across the board, but you know, we'll see how things are going to go. But that's what I would imagine, because like it's pretty stunning to me, like really how bad this team is, Shadow Dragon Saga, and like Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta releases, you know, semi recently. Well, I guess I say that, but it's been like, you know, 9 months now. And his Shadow Dragon Saga leader skill is just 150%. Like, I don't know why they did that. Like, he should have been a full 170, like, easily, right? Okay. What links do we have with Gogeta? Just... Oh, Fused... Yeah, Fused Fighter, yeah. Dude, it's so annoying to me that Majub has Fused... Like, I hate... Like, here, let me pull up the Fused Fighter link real fast. Super 17, not on any of the fusion categories, right? Majub, not on any of the fusion categories. Like, it's so stupid. I hate that so much. Like, why they didn't put, like, they should have just put Majub and Super 17 on the fusion category, for sure. They really should have been on there. Alright, let's see the damage Majub does on this turn right here. And then we'll move on. 165k defense. So, I mean, he's still shooting his defense way up, though. Like, you know, he's 210k, 220k defense after he super attacks. So, like, Majub as sort of like a floating defensive Rainbow Orb changer on a lot of these teams is going to be good. Again, he's going to be an asset for sure, because he's on teams that really could use it. And I look at this Majub. This Majub, like, you know, if you're like a global player looking at, like, you know, team building for some of these smaller stages, category stages, Earthling, Majin Power, Savior, Majub could help on all three of those stages. He could be good on the Shadow Dragon Saga Extreme stage as well. So there's several Super Battle Road stages where Majub can be quite handy. Because again, remember, he attack debuffs on his super attack. You know, that's always very powerful in Super Battle Road. And then the Rainbow Orb changing. Again, I've noticed that orbs are much more difficult to come across in Super Battle Road than they are in Dokkan events and stuff like that. So Majub's going to be good for Super Battle Road. All right, let's go ahead and hop into another team now. All right, so now we're over here on the Connected Hope team. Connected Hope is definitely in a much, much better place, right? After LR Tech Gogeta's come out, right? You know, Majub certainly can help out over here as well. So with our boy Pycon, we're only going to share Cold Judgment. Again, Majub could be useful on a lot of these teams. Probably, again, as a floater, right? Like it's like, you know, Majub is very good. I think that they did do a good job with him, but he's not like, you know, this is not how you're going to be running teams, right? Like for the showcase, of course, I'm going to put him in slot 1 so we could see him and stuff like that, but you're not exactly going to be rocking stages like this. And just remember how powerful, like, this unit is with Rainbow Orbs, right? And how powerful Pycon himself is with Rainbow Orbs. This is a great rotation right here, just exactly like this. Tech Gogeta slot 1, I mean, they're not going to take much damage in most events. Pycon is usually fine, especially with Rainbow Orbs around. And then Majub, man, is going to be a nice defensive unit as well at the end there. So, again, just very, very well done, I think, with this Pycon EZA. Like, they knew what they were doing this time. 196k defense. Again, he gets 30% defense on super attack. And it's like, look how easy the key was for this rotation, right? Like, it's just easy. You guys can see that a lot of the attack stats we're putting up here are not the craziest ever, but again, just straight attack is not really going to be Majub's role. I mean, we'll see him put up some more impressive sort of attack stat numbers when we head over to here. I'm going to do this right here. We're going to see Majub do more impressive attack stat numbers when we take him to the GT hero team. Because the thing is, like, once we're rocking Majub along with, like, that banner unit, GT Trunks and Goten, that's where Majub can start to look a lot better, right? Because, like, you know, they link up with him good. You know, they're giving him, what, solid support, Cold Judgment, GT, and they're giving him the 40% attack and defense. So that will help Majub look quite a bit better. Okay, so we have the 2 Pycons on rotation, which is good. So we can go ahead and do this right here. Let's make sure to give the Pycons their passive. There we go. There's one support passive. So Majub, I mean, his defense is going to be, what, like 220, 210 after Pycon gets these orbs right here. And then he's going to give himself another 30% defense on top of it. So, I mean, you guys are seeing it, right? You're seeing the very, very high defense Majub has. I mean, it helps that I've given him some big defensive equips to help increase that defense, but Majub is looking fine. The damage is not that good. I mean, because, like, we're, you know, struggling to hit a 2 million attack set so far in the video. He is super effective against all types, but that's only when HP's 80% or above, right? You know, you take this Majub in a Super Battle Road stages, which he can be very useful in, and, you know, you're not going to be that super effective against all types the whole time going through those Super Battle Road stages, right? So that's a very important thing to remember, is that, you know, that is really just sort of like a cherry on top for him. They did not need to give him that super effective against all types, and he still would have been good. But they did give that to him. Again, it'll make him look a little bit better if you get him on turn 1 and some stages and stuff like that. But again, damage is not the intended role for our boy Majub right here. He is not, like, really supposed to be like a damage dealer. Alright, now we're over here on the Bond of Master and Disciple team. This team is definitely in a much better place. You know, with LR Evolution Blue Vegeta having arrived on the team, you know, the AGL Gohan is going to work very well as a leader for the team, right? You know, giving the 3 key, the massive amount of defense and stuff like that. Let's see what our defense is looking right here. Yeah, 200k. With LR Oob, we have Cold Judgment and GT activated. It's not until LR Oob transforms that we actually start, like, really linking well with him. Again, it's so bad that they did that. Like, they're like, oh yeah, so, you know, you could use Majub with LR Oob, so they're gonna link good, right? Nope. No, they're not. They sure are not. 1.58. I mean, that's not what I would consider good. That's pretty horrible, actually. Yeah, when I see attack stats under 2 million, it's like, eh. Honestly, when I see attack stats in the 2 million range, too, I'm also kind of like, eh. Alright, yes, the damage is pretty poor, right? No doubt about that his damage is pretty horrendous, but I personally, again, with the Rainbow Orb changing, with the high defense, I mean, at the very least, on that turn right there, his defense is like 250k plus, right? Like, that with the Rainbow Orb changing is really all I'm looking for with our boy. Alright, so I think we'll probably do, like, one more turn here, and then next turn, or next team we'll go is to the GT Hero team. GT Hero is where Majub will look at his best. Funny enough, that's the team that really doesn't need him, though. It's not because GT Hero is so busted, but more so because the 2 leaders of the team, GT Vegeta and GT Goku, they Rainbow Orb change already. So it's like you don't need a 3rd Rainbow Orb changer on GT Hero. So despite the fact that that's where Majub will look at his best, I mean, he certainly could be, you know, there's like challenge runs, stuff like that. Like, he'll be good on there. But, like, that's definitely an area where you don't really need to run Majub, is on GT Hero, right? Like, you know, you easily, the EZA, you know, Super Saiyan 4s, you know, the GT Dokkan Fest, you know, you run like Trunks and Goten, Gohan and Goten, and you're good to go with that team. So we will see. Okay, let's go ahead and jump in now. We'll get this last attack right here, and then again we'll move over to that GT Hero team. We have Future Gohan on the rotation, so he is giving Majub a little bit of support. Did we fall below? No, we're still above 80%. We're at 185k defense, so still looking pretty good. But again, we are still above 80% HP, so Majub is still going to be super effective against all types. Remember that Future Gohan does give a Bond of Master and Disciple support type buff, so Majub is getting buffed right here. Dude, these animations, these are over 2 years old, and these Namek Goku animations, they put so much love and care into Namek Goku, but then they kind of made the unit a little bit mid, I think. I feel like he aged very quickly. Again, if Namek Goku had guaranteed guard, you know, that'd be a completely different story, but, okay, sure. Let's go to the GT Hero team now. Alright, I'm still in the Namek Goku event right here, but we did not finish him off in time, so we could see the buff from Kabe. So 50% support Kabe on rotation as well. We are below 80% HP, so no super effective against all types, unfortunately. But Majub's still pretty tanky, even without the super effective against all types. Again, that's probably his biggest asset besides the Rainbow Orb changing. 1.74, so we are yet to be over a 2 million attack stat with him. My poor boy. I mean, again, the defense and stuff is still good, but that is kind of funny, I guess. Oh, poor Majub. Alright, guys, so we're over here on the GT Hero team, so let's see how we could get our boy Majub to look over here. As far as links go, again, it's not really going to be looking too good. We do have the girl Bra here. Bra would actually be a very interesting EZA, by the way. Because Bra is on some of these teams that actually really could use help as well, right? You know, Bra is on Peppy Gals, you know, she's on Vegeta family. She could be like a very, very solid unit, again, with an EZA. What else is she on? Peppy Gal, Vegeta family, she's on Youth, Sibling Bond. A major, like, support type option for Sibling Bond to be good. You know, she is, of course, also on Hybrid Saints. I mean, Hybrid Saints... Hybrid Saints has got, like, 100 good support type units, right? But, yeah, I'd be very interested in seeing Bra get an EZA. I think that could be very, very good. Okay, so we're gonna have... I've been keeping this... We got this AGL pan on this rotation over here. So, you know, we're sort of, like, artificially bumping up Majub's stats. Just a teensy tiny little bit right here. And then next turn, we're gonna get GT, Goten, and Gohan with him. Again, they're sort of his best friend, right? And so we'll get 2 more rotations with Majub. One where he's got, what, 80% support from the GT, Gohan, and Goten, and Bra. And then we'll do one where he gets LRB Pan and GT, Gohan, and Goten, right? And then we'll finish up. So let me know what you guys are thinking of our boy Majub. Again, I do think he could be very solid between the Rainbow Orb changing, the good defense, the attack debuff. You know, he has really, really bad links. So it's a very good thing that they gave him Rainbow Orb changing. When you have a character like this, whose links are just absolute trash, you really have to have them have some type of support capabilities. AGL Dokkan Fest PyCon, I would not say his links are like complete trash, but he's got a lot of links you're not going to activate. Thus, him having that support capability really helps him a lot, right? Like, that's the thing, like, when you're running these Saiyan characters, like, they don't need, like, you know, their links and shit are so good anyway. Again, it's, you know, these characters that really need the help. You know, Majub is the type of character that needs to be a Rainbow Orb changer. Okay, so we have 4 links active: Solid Support, Cold Judgment, GT, and Shattering the Limit. 226k defense, which is pretty good. I just hope GT, Gohan, and Goten don't go too crazy on this rotation right here. I mean, if they triple crit, Buu Piccolo could be very low on health. I want to be careful not to finish off Buu Piccolo right here. Alright, so they're only at 2.64. Okay, but again, this unit could triple super attack. This unit is very, very good. Right, it's just obviously they're pretty much restricted just to like the GT Hero team, but the GT Hero team is only like the most fun damn team in the game anyway. Alright, so what does Majub get? 2.71 super effective against all types. So like that's actually like I think that's a lot better. That's a much better attack stat than what we've seen of him, right? Because again, he's super effective against all types with that. So it's not just a raw 2.71. That's where we combine his defense at almost 300k and the Rainbow Orb changing, and it's like, yeah, Majub, like, you're not looking bad at all. And then, of course, again, I also am having the AGL Pan do her little 2-turn attack as well. I'm going to use this Princess Sync right here, just to make sure that we don't have to worry about having any damage sustained going into the next turn or anything like that. Okay, cool. So on this next turn, looks like we're going to have nearly full health. We have the AGL Pan super attacking. We got LRB Pan the turn before. We got GT, Gohan, and Goten. Oh, she double supered too. Remember, every super attack she does is a 2-turn attack buff. So she just gave it double buff to Majub right there. That's pretty good. Okay, cool. So Majub, I think Majub should be able to break a 3 million attack set, super effective against all types right here. I think so. Let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and see what we get. Oh, sorry, I'm laughing. At the same time, while I'm recording this, people are asking Ryuden how to get the 66 tickets. That's funny. That's pretty funny. Okay. Oh, come on. Why did Boo get hit so hard? I think I do want Majub in the middle because we can get the shattering limit right there. Here, let's go and pop her active skill. No way B-Pan finishes off Super Boo right here. I would be very, very surprised. Oh, that is the 18-key super attack. What's the defense? 226k. Okay, cool. All right, and again, we have those same 4 links activated. So let's see what damage Majub gets. As long as B-Pan... Oh, he's going to debuff her. Nice. Her attack's at her. He's going to lower her attack. Wait, doesn't he? I thought he lowered attack. What? All right, just B-Pan. Don't like crit or double super, and we should be good. She doesn't do that much damage, but... Okay, we're good. Even if she double supers, we're fine. Okay, Majub, 3.34. The GOAT. Very good, Majub. All right, guys, so this is powers combined. Majub. His leader skill is all types key 3 and 60% to stats, so he's one of the better leaders for that hero and villain extermination event EZA area after you get him done. His super attack is the Majin Beam, which raises attack and defense for 30% for 1 turn. He does supreme damage, and he lowers enemy attack. His passive skill, Recognized Power, gives him 120% attack and defense at the start of turn. Then he gets an additional attack and defensive buff of up to 80%. The more HP remaining, the greater the buff. And then he is super effective against all types when HP is 80% or above. And then he also randomly changes key spheres of a certain type to rainbow orbs. So as a rainbow orb changer, Majub has a lot of value for sure. His links are Solid Support, Master of Magic, Majin, Cold Judgment, GT, Fuse Fighter, and Shattering Limit. Even more so than his low damage, his link set is his biggest problem for sure. But the Rainbow Orb changing does help offset that quite a bit. 12-key multiplier, 130%. That's another reason. His 12-key multiplier is pretty low for a TUR. But then again, this guy's TUR Awakening came out on December 23rd of 2016. So it's been 500 years since this guy got his Awakening. He is not good for any EZAs. There's no EZAs he's going to help you earn Zenny back on, which is fine. And then finally, the category teams he's on needed buffs. This is a really good EZA for a lot of these category teams. So Shadow Dragon Saga, is so small, it definitely needed the help. We're over here at Bond, a Master, and a Disciple. Again, definitely could use the help here. I'm not mad at this buff for this team at all. Rainbow Orb Changer, very good. He's also over here on the Earthling category team, which, of course, Earthling needs a lot of help, and this guy could be solid over on the Earthling team. Then Majub is also over here on Majin Power. I do think Majub will be solid on Majin Power because he is going to share Majin with the entire team, basically, right? Which is good. And he's a Rainbow Orb Changer. So, he can work good with, like, LR Buhan and stuff like that. Majub is also over here on the Savior category team. Majub could very much help out in the new Savior category Super Battle Road stage that just came out, which is good. Majub is also over here on Connected Hope. Very small team. Again, Majub could very much help out, I think, in the GT Legendary Goku event Connected Hope mission. For real, Majub could help. I mean, he's not a great option for the stage, but he could help. He's better than most of the characters on here, right? So, he would be solid in there. Yeah, he'd be good. I think this Majub would work well, right? Like at points where you're at low in health, maybe he could take a little damage, but he should be solid in there. I mean, I'm expecting you guys to have Majub like rainbowed and stuff like that, unless you've been rage bobbing him, which again, I've begged people not to bobba units for years, dude. Because EZAs first came out in 2017. I've been telling people you should never bobba an SSR ever since 2017, and people still do it. It's like, I don't know. Like, when people, what do you want me to do? What do you want me to do? And then finally, he's on GT Hero. Again, this is his best team, but the team doesn't need him just because we've already got the Rainbow Orb Changers, as the leaders of the team, right? So, let me know what you guys think of our boy, powers combined Majub. He's pretty good. I'm very pleased with what they did with his EZA right here. I think they did a really, really stand-up job for our boy Majub.